Alright guys, what is up? So welcome to this week's episode of We Are the Bonsai Supply. I am Jerome, and today I'm going to style this pretty bonsai right here. Alright, so this is a dwarf gardenia, and this is not the regular dwarf. This is even a smaller dwarf variety. So, you know, the regular gardenia, the leaves can range from this size to, somewhere around in here. And this is the dwarf gardenia. And then this is the super dwarf, which is what this one is. So do you see that? So this one is about half the size of a regular dwarf gardenia. So these leaves are super tiny. The tree, it is a pretty slow grower, so that makes this a pretty old tree. The flowers are even smaller than the dwarf ones. So the regular gardenia flowers are about, this size, give or take, depending on the species. And then the dwarf one is about this size, and then this one is even smaller. So this, you can make this tree look really cool very quickly with the flowers that come out, and the flowers are very fragrant. So immediately when I look at this tree, I start at the base down here, which has a really nice root spread, and then I follow up the trunk movement. Now immediately two styles come to mind. Number one, I could create like a informal upright broom style type tree, and that would be very pretty. I would just have to trim it back and adjust a few branches. But you know me, I don't like to go the easy route. So the second option, which I'm leaning towards a little bit more, would be a weeping style. And I think that would look incredible. Look insane. A weeping style dwarf gardenia where the flowers are at the very bottom of the weep. I think it will look absolutely killer. So I think that's what I'm gonna go for. When you do a weeping style, it is important to know that when you start to weep the branches, that you don't put any movement into the branches after they fall. So if I'm the tree and this is the branch, you wanna have movement of the first branch that comes out of the tree trunk, but then once you weep it, you wanna go straight down. You don't wanna have any movement in the weeping, because what happens is the branch gets too long and too heavy, and then gravity takes over and the branch just starts to fall down like that, and it just starts to grow straight down. Unless you want to make like you want to bend the branches a little bit and like make it look like there's a little wind or a little breeze that blows the branches to the side, you can slightly bend them like that, but there's no need to put movement into the branch like that. Also guys, just so you know, you can actually get this tree, this specific tree. I'm going to explain to you how at the very end of the video, so make sure you watch the entire video, and I'm going to let you know how you can actually win this tree. So let's get right into it. I'm going to go ahead and remove all the branches that I don't need, that are too heavy to weep, and I'm going to get right to it. I'm going to start wiring and shaping the tree right away. So I think this tree came out really cool, this little dwarf weeping gardenia. It is a Shohin size, and whoever gets this tree, I would put this tree into like a little semi-cascade pot. I think one of those Japanese ones that has like a hand painting on it or something like that, and then just have the whole canopy weep. I think that would look really cool. Now keep in mind, this is the first styling that this tree has ever gotten. So it does look a little sparse, but it will start to grow fairly quickly again. And when they do start to grow, they do, throw out more branches fairly quickly. I would like to see more branches, a little denser canopy, and then once it flowers, with the flowers hanging down here, I think this tree is gonna look stunning. Now what I recommend when you get this tree, I like to grow my dwarf gardenias here in the tropics in a shaded area, so like filtered light underneath the canopy of another tree, kind of like a jaboticaba. They don't like necessarily full sun. I would not bare root the tree when you repot it. Keep about 30% of the old root ball, and then gradually remove the rest of the soil over the next coming years. So I wanted to take this opportunity to show you guys one of my dwarf gardenias that I've had in my collection for about 8 years. This one has been in training for over 30 years, and this is the exact same species that I worked on in this week's episode when I turned it into a weeping style, which I think looks really dramatic and really cool. So this one is actually flowering right now, so I wanted to show you what the flowers look like. They're also very fragrant. Now let me explain you guys how you can actually win the tree that I worked on in this week's episode. So right now on our website we have a live auction for the next 3 days where you can go and bid on the dwarf gardenia that I turned into a weeping style, and then we'll ship it right to your home. Okay. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video, and let me know what you guys think about the weeping style. It just happened to be one of my favorites because it is very dramatic and I do like it a lot. So please make sure that you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will catch you guys next time.